Shalom and good evening. This is TV7 Israel News broadcast to you from Jerusalem, and in today's top stories. Thousands of Hezbollah mid to senior level terror operatives sustained separate degrees of injuries in a sophisticated attack of historic magnitude attributed to Israel. The IDF deploys an additional division to reinforce its northern command amid prospects of escalation. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken claims significant progress in talks for a Gaza ceasefire deal, which would include the release of hostages from Hamas captivity. Israel won't relent in its proactive struggle to defend its citizens and sovereignty in the face of Iran's belligerent hostilities, both directly and via its regional proxies. Since early yesterday morning, Lebanon's Iranian proxy Hezbollah, as well as Palestinian Islamic Jihad, launched dozens of projectiles, to include rockets and unmanned aerial vehicles or UAVs, towards northern Israeli territory. Rocket alert sirens were sounded in separate Israeli communities, including in Shtula and Ramot Naftali, with a number of UAVs identified crossing into Israeli airspace, triggering successful interceptions of all incoming hostile projectiles by Israel's aerial defense array. Thankfully, no injuries were reported. Meanwhile, at 3 p.m., the Iranian proxy Hezbollah entered into a state of disarray as it faced the largest simultaneous targeting in history of over 2,800 mid to senior level operatives, when Hezbollah's believed to be secure communications tool, namely encrypted pagers, exploded simultaneously throughout Lebanon and Syria.
حتى الآن سجلت غرفة العمليات الطوارئ الصحية بوزارة الصحة العامة أكثر من 2800 جريح. حالة تقريبا 200 منهم هي حالة حرجة استوجبت إما إجراء عمليات جراحية أو إدخال على أقسام العناية الفائقة. وسجل كذلك سقوط عدد من الشهداء. العدد لهلا 8 شهداء بما فيهم طفلة عمرها 8 سنين بالبقاع.
The casualty numbers rapidly soared, with separate reports indicating the numbers climbing to roughly 4,000 wounded, including 500 in severe condition, and at least 12 killed with little to no collateral damage. And while Israel did not confirm or deny its responsibility, Hezbollah released a statement blaming Israel's Mossad intelligence agency for the lethal attack and pledged retribution. However, with the incapacitation of thousands of Hezbollah's mid to senior ranks, it remains to be seen how Iran's terror proxy intends to follow through on its threat, while in tandem, as TV7 reported yesterday, Israel had informed the United States that the possibility for an agreement is running out as Hezbollah continues to tie itself to Hamas and refuses to end the conflict, and that the only way left to ensure the return of Israel's northern communities to their homes will be via military action. However, while Israel remains elusive about its alleged responsibility for the targeting of thousands of Hezbollah's terror operatives, the IDF asserted its preparedness for any development. The IDF spokesperson's unit announced the conclusion of 2 separate brigade-level exercises along the northern front to include forces of Brigades 179 and 769 respectively. Moreover, during a tour of the exercises, IDF Northern Command Commander Major General Oli Goldin asserted that the mission is clear. We are determined to change the security reality as soon as possible. The commitment of the commanders and troops is fundamental. We are at peak readiness for any mission that will be directed to undertake. Meanwhile, the United States is evidently distancing itself from any responsibility for the sophisticated cyber attack against Hezbollah.
I don't have any details to provide on the reports of the pager blast. I can tell you, to my knowledge, there's no U.S. involvement in this at all. Again, it's something that we're monitoring. And in terms of potential escalation, I go back to what I said earlier in terms of a key focus for this department and the U.S. government writ large is on working with partners in the region, to include Israel, to prevent the conflict between Israel and Hamas from spiraling into a wider conflict. And that includes the tensions along the Israel-Lebanon border. And so we'll continue to strongly advocate for a ceasefire and the release of the hostages, and we'll continue to strongly advocate for a diplomatic resolution to the tensions that we're seeing along the Israel-Lebanon border.
Among those wounded in Lebanon was apparently Iran's ambassador to Beirut, who was in possession of such a Hezbollah pager, and therefore, after the blast occurred, the Ayatollah regime's diplomat sustained severe injuries to his face and eyes. And while Iran sought to downplay its envoy's injuries, since it implicates Tehran's operational involvement with Hezbollah, the United States urged the Islamic Republic not to exploit the incident.
I've seen the reports. I don't want to speak to what the implications might be before a report is confirmed, but certainly, as is always the case, we would urge Iran not to take advantage of any incident, any instability, to try to add further instability and to further increase tensions in the region. That has been our message to Iran since October 7th.
Meanwhile, in Moscow, the Kremlin spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, whose country has a robust relationship with both Hezbollah and its masters in Tehran, called for the urgent investigation of the incident, while further warning that the latest attack could escalate the region.
Произошедшее, что бы чем бы это ни было, оно безусловно ведет к эскалации напряженности. И регион сам по себе находится во взрывоопасном состоянии, и, конечно, подобные происшествия, каждое из них способно стать триггером для выхода ситуации из-под контроля.
It is worth noting that the remarks by President Vladimir Putin's spokesman were made as Moscow's National Security Council Secretary Sergei Shoigu visits Iran, where he is holding extensive conversations with the Iranian counterpart Ali Akbar Ahmadian, indicating further the growing strategic relationship between Moscow and Tehran. Meanwhile, in the Emirati city of Dubai, EU Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell voiced concern over the situation in Lebanon, stressing that everything that adds trouble to the region is bad news.
It's impossible for me to comment because I got the news also thanks to you, but it's impossible for me to comment. I am trying to get in touch with Beirut in order to get more information and clarification, but certainly everything that puts trouble in the region is a bad news, so I cannot comment.
While stopping short from highlighting Iran's involvement in all theaters plagued by hostilities in the region, the European institution's top diplomats sought to underscore an Arab, Islamic, and partially European effort to try to pressure Israel to reach an immediate cessation of hostilities for the Gaza Strip.
We try, together with the Arabs and the Norwegians, to hold, I'm not going to call it a conference, but a meeting in order to gather every people, all members of the United Nations that could contribute to reach this ceasefire and to look after in order to make the situation more stable and to avoid this cycle of violence and so many people, generation after generations, being killed one side and the other in the Middle East.
Borrell referred to a multilateral meeting that was hosted by Spain and included all of the European nations that had recognized a Palestinian state recently, including Norway, Ireland, and Slovenia, alongside Turkey and member states of the Arab League.
La vía es clara. La aplicación de la solución de dos estados es la única vía para garantizar una paz justa y duradera en la región a través de la coexistencia en paz y en seguridad del Estado de Palestina y del Estado de Israel. Un Estado palestino soberano, realista, con fronteras reconocidas y contiguas a las de Israel, que comprenda Gaza y Cisjordania y que tenga a Jerusalén Este como su capital.
Meanwhile, in Egypt, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, in a joint press conference with his Egyptian counterpart Badr Abdelati, highlighted that significant progress had been made in negotiations with remaining gaps lingering.
We've made a tremendous amount of progress over the last month and a half. There are, I think, in the agreement, 18 paragraphs. 15 of them are agreed, but the remaining issues need to be resolved. The most important thing in this moment is seeing a demonstration of political will to finally conclude this agreement. And that's what we discussed. We also discussed in some detail what would be necessary arrangements if an agreement is finally reached in terms of the so-called day after. What happens in Gaza in terms of its governance, its security, its reconstruction. And here as well, Egypt is and will be a critical partner, and I think we had a very useful conversation about that today as well.
Thank you for watching TV7 Israel News. I would like to encourage you as ever, pray for the peace of Jerusalem and salvation of Israel. Separately, if you're blessed by our productions, which are exclusively donation-based, please consider prescribing a donation. You can do so via our website at www.tv7israelnews.com. I'm Jonathan Hessen, wishing you an Erev Mevorach, and God willing, we'll see you during our next update. Until then, Shalom from Jerusalem.